Long ago, in a peaceful kingdom surrounded by forests and flowers, there lived a gentle princess who loved spending her days in the royal garden. The air there was always calm, and the sound of birds and leaves made her feel safe and happy. She often carried her favourite toy with her, a small golden ball that shimmered warmly in the sunlight. One quiet afternoon, as the princess walked near an old stone well hidden among the trees, she tossed the golden ball gently into the air, laughing as it sparkled above her hands. But this time the ball slipped, bounced once along the stone edge, and disappeared deep into the well below. The sound echoed softly, and then there was silence. The princess leaned over the well, her heart sinking. She waited, hoping the ball might return, but it did not. Tears filled her eyes as she sat beside the well, feeling sad and alone. Suddenly, a small voice broke the quiet. From the shadows near the well appeared a tiny green frog with bright, thoughtful eyes and a little golden crown resting on his head. He looked at the princess kindly and asked why she was so unhappy. Surprised, the princess explained what had happened and how much the golden ball meant to her. The frog listened carefully, then spoke again, saying that he could help her. In return, he asked for her friendship and her promise that she would treat him kindly. Without thinking too long, the princess agreed. Her heart was light with hope, and she nodded, believing the frog's words were simple and harmless. The frog dove into the well, and moments later he returned, holding the golden ball safely in his hands. The princess smiled with joy as she received it, thanking him quickly. But as she turned and hurried back toward the castle, she forgot all about her promise. The frog followed her, hopping along the stone path, calling out gently. At the castle gates, he waited patiently, and soon found his way inside the grand halls where the princess sat among her family. When the frog spoke again, reminding her of her promise, the princess felt unsure and embarrassed. She had not expected to see him there. Yet the frog's voice was calm, and his eyes held no anger, only hope. The princess paused and looked at him more closely. She realized that a promise, once given, should not be ignored. With a quiet breath, she chose to keep her word. As the frog sat nearby, a soft glow began to fill the room. Golden light swirled gently around him, and magic shimmered in the air. Slowly the frog changed, and in his place stood a kind young prince, his expression filled with gratitude. The princess stepped back in surprise, then smiled. The prince explained that he had been under a spell, one that could only be broken by honesty, kindness, and a promise kept from the heart. From that day on, the prince was welcomed into the kingdom. The castle filled with celebration, laughter, and music, and the once quiet halls felt warm and alive. The princess and the prince spent their days walking through the gardens, talking softly, learning from one another, and sharing simple moments of joy. As the sun set behind the castle towers, the kingdom rested peacefully, brighter than before. The princess had learned something precious, and the magic of the land seemed to glow a little stronger because of it. The story does not truly end there. It lingers in the quiet moments, in the promises we make, and in the choices we face when no one is watching. The lesson of the Frog Prince is simple, yet powerful. True kindness is shown not in grand gestures, but in keeping our word and treating others with respect, no matter how they appear. When we act with honesty and compassion, we often discover that magic has been with us all along.